Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Griever here, your guys' host as always, bringing you guys the final episode review of Season 1 of Dr. Stone. Now let's just get this right out of the gate. I'm not crying. You're crying. You. Well, you kind of, you're a prick. You don't cry at anything. But you, definitely you are definitely crying. I can see it. Because this episode, I said in the last episode review, that would have been a fine way to end off, Season 1. It would have been nice. It would have been fine. We knew we weren't actually going to see any part of the battle with the Sukasa Empire versus the Kingdom of Science. We knew we weren't going to see that. We were building the hype to getting to the end of, the beginning of spring, the end of winter. That's what we were striving for. And the way they took this, once again, I've read the manga, but there's something to be said for audio. I love both English songs. I think there was only 2 so far that have been sung by Lillian-chan, as Gen calls her. Of course, one of the astronauts that went up with Byakuya and everybody else. And just, I feel like if I go through this piece by piece, I'm going to forget things. I'm going to, miss an important scene here, important scene there. This episode was just on the ball. Once again, these last 4 episodes have been everything that you want in an anime. They have been perfect. I wouldn't change a single thing about this entire episode. It flowed properly. We had just the characters. We had the feels. We had just everything here. Byakuya and his relationship with Senku, thousands of years later, and he finally hears his dad's voice again. It's just amazing. And even though Senku doesn't need this recording, he doesn't need it. He already has the village on his side. Of course, Byakuya would have no idea how to do that, right? Or that he has no inkling that he would find the record, or that the village would be against him or not on his side, or he would still be struggling to get more followers to help him with his Kingdom of Science. Byakuya has no inkling. This is 5,000 years, and he doesn't know if it'll be hundreds or thousands of years later, but he knows his boy Senku will wake up and he will hear it, because he does the formalities and then he just says, that's it with the formalities. I know it's you, Senku. I know you're the one who figured it out, and you're the one listening to this right now. So, touching ass moment. Just the entire episode is just right there in the feels, because they showcase the how the phone will work, how a direct, and it reminds me very much of a Canadian Classics commercial, heritage moment, where it's through the air, across the ocean for the first time ever, and that kind of idea, and that kind of was brought up here a little bit, because that's what they're talking about, is that hearing voices over great distances and all this such, right? We find out is that in the gravestone of Byakuya, it was actually encased in aluminum foil, a piece of glass, but it was a record. They used a diamond ring. The astronauts from before, the first, the founders of the village, they managed to make a record. And of course they had more know-how, they had parts, and as Senku explains, they were all science users, unlike my dad, who was just, he got in on luck sort of idea. The rest of them are huge. They have to have degrees in science and sort of idea to become an astronaut. They'd have to be quite intelligent and quite, in that mindset. So it's entirely possible that they could have figured out how to do that. And then we get the record playing and the message from Byakuya, and you think that's all it is. And then all of a sudden we have Lillian. She starts singing. This is a fantastic song. I love the last song we heard from her. I love this one, and just the reactions, and the music picks up, and just that is an elegant singing voice. Now, I prefer female singers over male singers. I love a lot of different types of genres and ages of music, but I have to say that there's nothing quite like a good range, a female voice singing her heart out. It's something that can get to you. to get a little real here, it's something that can really, touch you deeply and sort of idea. And here, with the visuals and everybody's reaction, and just remember, this is their first time, even Gen said, this is their first time ever hearing that type of music. This is their first time hearing songs, to hear music like that ever. This is their first time. He even says she was one of the top artists back in our day, so imagine that's the first music you ever truly hear. And it's just like, like that, it's just out of time sort of idea. Its placement in time is gone, but it comes back and it's still there. And we have Byakuya explain that he wants to preserve everything that humanity has lost, and Senku has the same notion. It's that we're going to get it all back. He explains about TVs and comics and video games and everything. He said, entertainment that the likes of which you have never seen, we will get it all back. And he's still on that line that we'll get it all back. And I'm looking through this, and I just love every single part of this entire thing. And we even see a connection. Clearly, Lillian, if not, I'm under the distinct impression, as of this anime season, that what was brought up before is that they're cousins, very, very distant. But Byakuya and Lillian were the ones who had the elders. So Kohaku and Ruri are Byakuya's and Lillian's great children. And certainly Ruri, because we have this beautiful shot, this beautiful connection piece here, where Ruri starts crying and she can imagine Lillian singing to her, and it's so touching. I just love it. I really do. The entire episode is just fantastic. After that, the feels start to wear down a little bit, but just the middle part of this episode was nothing but spectacular. It was just, like I know I'm gonna miss scenes and talking about every single shot, but every single shot is gorgeous. And this anime does something that I complain about in other animes. Their overusage of stills. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of animation here and you don't really notice it, but all these beautiful shots are generally just stills with some small motion or like some CGI motion or something, but it's a lot of the character models have a lot of stills per episode. The difference is that these stills are so gorgeous, and you can still get the emotion with the singing, with the soundtrack, with the sounds playing, with just that little bit of motion and the scene before and after, that it works. It works completely for this series. Because the art is just gorgeous. Bocce is probably my favorite manga artist. I think he's probably the best manga artist. Like Sunken Rock and stuff can't be beat in art as far as I'm concerned for a manga. And this is just, it's, what a great way to end the season, isn't it? What a fantastic way. I wish I had been on the ball on this series sooner. I was just feeling a bit of a lag, around the Christmas and December as a whole. I'm just so busy with Christmas stuff. But I'm glad I picked this back up. I'm glad I'm able to say I'm finished. And what I said in the last episode, are we getting a season 2? I haven't even checked any news, and at the end of this episode we see that we get a season 2 confirmed of Dr. Stone. I can't wait for it. I really can't. The final shot, we see that Taiju, of course people are listening in and stuff, but Taiju is like, it's been a year, Senku, we're waiting for you, buddy, sort of idea. And you see Taiju there, his best friend, standing there like waiting and can't wait to see his friend again. Like when this is all over, they'll be back together after a year. And then we see, Senku being ready for the fight, and he's just like, yeah, let's do this. So, what else can I say? Go watch the damn series. Go watch. If for some reason you're watching this episode review and you haven't caught the episode and you haven't even gotten into Dr. Stone, if for some reason you're just a loyal subscriber of mine and you watch all my content, this is my message to you. I urge you to go watch this whole series. I was done trying to find links and stuff. I actually subscribed and got my membership to Crunchyroll just so I could finish watching this series. Just to watch this. This is my reason. I'll probably honestly cancel it until season 2 comes out. To be perfectly honest with you, I'll finish up a couple of series, see anything that because I'm more of a manga guy now than an anime guy. But episodes like this and the previous one really get me into the reason as to why anime, why I enjoyed anime so much in my teenage years, why I switched to manga is irrelevant, but this just goes to show you what anime can bring. The feels were there in the manga, but the anime has the ability, with the usage of animation and sound, with a soundtrack, with a musical score, with all that stuff. Those are the things that the manga, no matter how good it is, cannot do. And that's where an anime has to thrive, to bring that emotion to the next tier, to the next level. And Dr. Stone does it in spades. They are holding all the cards. They have it down to a science, if I might use a pun. So, anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I really hope you enjoyed this review. Like, comment, subscribe as always. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to join the Discord in the link down below if you guys want to know every single time I drop a video. You can also hit the bell notification, of course, for that as well. But if you join the Discord, I'm in there from time to time. A bunch of my friends and other subscribers there in there as well. Great place to just chat about anime, different things. So please feel free to join. And this has been Griever with the final episode, finally done with Season 1 of Dr. Stone. Can't wait for Season 2. I'll be reviewing that as well. Just try to stop me. This time I'll be more on the ball about it, I believe. Forget the view count. Just forget the view count. It doesn't matter. I love this series. I want to talk about it more, but I also want to be relevant when I am. This came too late, and that's on me. And I want you guys to be fully aware when Season 2 drops, I'll be on the ball with that. So, thank you so much for watching once again. Drink responsibly as always, as clearly I am with a cup of tea. We'll see you back here next time.